السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Walaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
أهلا وسهلا. How are you, sir?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How about you?
Alhamdulillah, good.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
How are you, Sheikh? How are you, brothers?
Alhamdulillah, أهلا وسهلا.
Walaikum assalam warahmatullah.
حياكم الله. Okay. So how are you?
Alhamdulillah, all good.
You are all good. Alhamdulillah. Barakallahu fikum. طيب. We will start inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه كما ينبغي لجلاله وعظيم سلطانه. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تمسك بسنته إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. So we are now in our third session, class 3, alhamdulillah, and we studied last Friday about the an-nakirah wal ma'rifah, the definite noun and indefinite noun, and also the definite noun that has no alif lam, and the definite noun that is composed of two words like narun plus Allah equals narullah, narullahi. So the second noun will be always kasra, as we mentioned last session, last Saturday. Okay. And of course, we focused last Saturday on how we use the noun when we are going to connect the noun into a personal pronoun that is a form of ownership. Ownership that, like for example, you own something. You own something, we own something. So the example that we've given last Saturday, as I sent also to your WhatsApp. So the noun that we used, that was maktab. Maktab. Maktab in Arabic, it could be means as an office, or a maktab also could be means as table. Table also is maktab, but table in Arabic, in another word, we can also use tawila. Okay, tawilatun. So it is depend on you which word that you like to use when you want to point table. Okay, so if you say tawilatun, that is table. When you say maktab, that is also table, but that will be depending on the sentence, on how you are going to use the word maktab, because sometimes maktab we misinterpret that the maktab that we are pointing is the office. Okay, so now proceeding to the lesson that we studied last Saturday, we got the first person and the second person. This is the first person, ana. Then when we say my office or my table, we say hada maktabi. We use hada and we didn't use hadihi because maktab is masculine.
Masculine.
Yes. So when we are going to use hadihi, if the noun is feminine, like hadihi as-sayyaratu. As-sayyara is feminine. So we use hadihi. So hada and hadihi, that is demonstrative pronouns. demonstrative pronouns, and we called it in Arabic al-asma'ul ishara. Al-asma'ul ishara in Arabic. Okay, so we emphasized the usage of hada masculine singular, hadihi feminine singular,
Singular.
and then the usage of the ownership personal pronoun connected to the noun like maktab. So ana hada maktabi, this is my table. Nahnu, we, hada maktabuna, our table. So you remember all of that. Then the second person, anta, anti, antuma, antum, antunna. So you see here the how we connect the personal pronoun into the noun. So you have here for anta, that will be ka in the end of the noun. So you say hada maktabuka anta. So that is allowed to say hada maktabuka anta, this is your office. Anta there is litakid, to make it sure that you are the owner of this office, or you are the owner of this table. Okay, so for anti is ki, for anti is ki, hada maktabu ki. For antuma is kuma, hada maktabu kuma. For antum is kum, hada maktabu kum. For antunna, you, second person plural feminine, feminine. Antunna, kunna in the end, hada maktabukunna, hada maktabukunna. Okay, so now we mentioned the first person ana and nahnu, and the second person. For the third person, if you wish to continue for the third person before we proceed to the next lesson, inshallah, then I will continue for you. Is it okay for you? For the third person, how we connect? So now you have now the idea about the personal pronouns for the first person and the second person, including the usage of the personal pronouns when we connect them into the noun. Okay, then later on we are going to connect with the particles, and we are going to connect with the verb, how we use them when it is in the verb, inshallah. Okay, so prepare for the third person. First one, for the third person, we say in English he is Ahmad. Like for example, in Arabic we say huwa Ahmad. Okay, huwa Ahmad. So we use, okay, huwa Ahmad, that is huwa. To connect huwa as an ownership, hada maktab Ahmad, like for example, this is the office of Ahmad, we say in the end of the noun is who. Okay, so we say hada, okay, hada mak, okay, to make it more easier, hada maktabu, then connect the ha with dhamma, hada maktabuhu, hada maktabuhu. Liman hada al-maktab, liman, that means who is the owner. Liman hada al-maktab, who is the owner of this office. Hada maktabuhu, this is his office. So huwa, that means he. Okay, I think it is clear, right? This is clear. Okay, now 1 second. Now this is for huwa, that means he, his office. For the opposite of huwa is she, right? In English, he, then she. She in Arabic is hiya. Ha kasra, then ya fatha. Here. So to connect here to the noun maktab, we say ha. This is connector, then the ha with fatha, then prolongation. Ha. So when we see that, that means here. So how we say maktabu, then connect the ha. Ha. Hada maktabuha. This is her office. So is it clear for you for the huwa and hiya? Everyone clear, inshallah? Inshallah clear. Okay, so yes, sir. Very good. Now, hada maktabuha. That is the third person. He and she, huwa and hiya. For the dual third person, the same masculine and feminine. So the same masculine and feminine. As you can see, the antuma for both second person masculine and antuma also for feminine. So the connector is kuma. For the third person, the dual masculine and dual feminine will be also the same in usage for the noun. Okay, so we say the third person dual, both of them, huma. Ha, dhamma, hu, mim, fatha, then alif. Huma. Okay, and the connector for huma is the same huma.
Excuse me, can you just explain this again for Huma? Can you just explain this again for Huma?
Yes, no problem.
So
for
huma, he is she.
Huwa is he, hiya is she, huma is for both of them. They.
Okay, dual.
Dual. Two of them, either masculine, two masculines, or two feminines, or one masculine and one feminine, also huma. The same, we use huma. Excellent. Now, for huma, we also use huma in connecting as an ownership in Arabic. So that's like, for example, we say hada maktab for two of them. So we say hada maktabu huma. So the same, maktabu huma. Now, observe. The only thing that you need to memorize for huwa, that is who, for hiya, that is ha in the end. The rest of the plural or dual and plural, masculine and feminine, will be the same. We use the same. So you can see huma, we say also huma. Hada maktabu huma. So the same. Okay. Now, for the plural masculine, we say they. They are boys. They are masculine. So we say hum. Ha, dhamma, hu, then mim sukun, hum. That means they, plural masculine. So we also use whom to connect into the noun. Okay, so now we say hadha maktabu hum. The same. Huma maktabuhuma. Hum maktabuhum. So very easy to remember, very easy to memorize. That is for the masculine, plural, third person, they, from 3 numbers of masculine and up. For the feminine, okay, so do you have some clarifications for that? No,
this is masculine, yeah? This is masculine plural.
Excellent. That is for masculine plural. Now, for the masculine, it could be also by default. For masculine plural, the feminine could be included. Okay, I will give you an example. Like for example, in front of me, a million of girls. Like for example, in front of me, a million of ladies, but only one boy with them. And I am talking to them, okay? So the personal pronoun that I'm going to use is the plural form of masculine. The plural form of masculine. Even a million of girls, only one boy is there, I will still use the masculine plural. For the first person, the second person, and the third person, always masculine plural by default. If there is even one masculine in the group of ladies, like for example, okay? So because when we exclude the masculine, we use hunna. Hunna, ha, dhamma, hu, then nun with shadda, then fatha, hunna. So when we use hunna, then masculine is excluded, not included anymore. Okay? So when I say in front of me, I will not say antunna. I will not use, where is antunna? Antunna, I will not use antunna. I will use antum. Antum amami, you in front of me. I will use antum because of one male person. But if in front of me, all of them are ladies, so I use hunna. And for the third first person, they, I use hunna. I hope that is clear for you, inshallah. Is that clear? Inshallah, clear, huh? Now.
Yeah, it's for third person. This is what I understand. But can be more than three people?
Come again, sir?
I'm saying this is for third person, right? More than two, like could be three, could be four, could be many of them, right?
Excellent. So let us do like this. Huwa is singular, he.
Yes.
Okay. Hiya is singular, she.
She.
Third person, okay. Both of them, huma, dual, masculine or feminine. Either of the two, no problem. The same usage. Then plural masculine is whom. Yes, sir. From 3 person to 4, 5, 6, and above until million. No problem. Whom. Masculine. For the feminine, we use hunna, they, from 3, 4, 5, and above. Okay.
So this is feminine plural.
Feminine plural, exactly. That's correct. That is feminine plural for the third person. For the second person, feminine plural is antunna, you. Antunna for the second person, feminine plural. Okay. That is antunna. Now, for hunna, when we connect hunna as an ownership into the noun like maktab, so we say also hunna, as I mentioned to you a while ago, still hunna, no change, hunna. So we say hada maktabu, then hunna. Hada maktabu hunna. Hada maktabu hunna. Okay, so this, now we completed the personal pronouns. At the same time, we use the personal pronouns into an ownership to connect the personal pronouns into the noun. The example is maktab, that is office or table. Okay, so hopefully all of these things are clear for you.
Alhamdulillah.
So now your assignment on this is to memorize the personal pronouns. First person, ana, me or I, nahnu, we or us. Okay. Actually, this ana can be used for ana for the masculine, ana for the feminine, me or us. And nahnu for the dual, Nahnu, we are asked for the dual, either masculine or feminine. And nahnu also for the plural, we are asked masculine or feminine by default altogether. Okay. Then the second person, anta, you singular masculine, anti, you singular feminine, antuma, two of you, either masculine or feminine, antuma, both of you, antum is plural masculine, you from 3, 4 and above, numbers of masculine, antunna is for feminine, plural feminine, second person, you females, like for example, from 3, 4 and above, so feminine plural, antunna. For the third person, huwa, that means he, masculine singular, hiya, that means she, feminine singular,
Singular.
huma for dual, either masculine or feminine, both of them, third person, they, two of them. Then whom is a plural masculine for them, from 3, 4, 5 and above, numbers of masculine, or even with feminine, as long as there is masculine, so still whom for plural. And hunna, third person, it is a specific only for the feminine plural, from numbers of 3, 4, 5 and above females. Okay, so those personal pronouns, please try to memorize them all. As you can see, as you can observe, the Arabic personal pronouns could be always be connected to the noun and could be connected to the particles that we're going to discuss that inshallah, and could be used for the verb in Arabic. Okay, so as I remember, last Saturday I mentioned to you about the al-asma al-ishara. Al-asma al-ishara, the demonstrative pronouns. The demonstrative pronouns. Hada, this is for masculine singular. Hadihi, this is for feminine singular. Okay, so now let us proceed to the dual. Let us proceed to the dual for the al-asma al-ishara. Okay. For the dual of hada, first is hada, okay? Hada, dual is in two ways. In two ways. We say, hadani, that is the one way, hadani. Hadani rajulani. These two are boys. Rajul wa rajul rajulani. Hada, then hadani. Two. Or how we say, ha, then they, ni. Hadaini. Hadaini. Actually, this ha here, there's prolongation here, okay? But by default, the spelling is like that. Actually, the fatha here is standing. Standing. Hada. Standing. As if there is a leaf like that in the middle. Hada or hadani or hadaini. Okay? So in Arabic, they're writing it on the top of ha is the fatha that is standing. Standing. Okay? That is the spelling. Okay, but here I don't have option in my computer, so just the fatha is like that. So hadani for dual masculine, or hadaini, hadaini, depending on how we use in the sentence. When it will become hadani and when it will become hadaini, inshallah, we discuss that in the near future, inshallah.
Okay, just to make it precise, when we say they are boys, right? And
So when we
we are
say,
talking about two people.
yes, when we say they, so use huma,
Huma.
they.
Yeah.
But when we
Mhm.
say this is, these two, then
Okay.
hadani for the masculine, or
Okay. This two.
hadaini,
Mhm.
these two
Mhm.
people,
Mhm.
like for example, hadani Sayyid wa Abdul Rahim.
Mhm.
Hadani Sayyid wa Abdul Rahim. So
Mhm.
hadani, these two,
Mhm.
Sayyid and Abdul Rahim. Okay.
Okay. Mhm.
نظرت, I look at, نظرت إلى هذين, إلى هذين, one second. Okay, sorry for that. Now let us continue. So like for example, I will say, نظرت, I look at هذين, هذين الرجلين, هذين الرجلين. So I am looking at the two, these two men, هذين. Okay, so we will discuss that near future, inshallah. Now let us proceed to the dual form of هذه. Dual form of هذه, so we say هذه. Okay, so for the هذه we say هاتان, هاتان, هاتان امرأتان. These two are girls. هاتان عائشة وخديجة. These two are Aisha and Khadija. هاتان. Okay, so it's either hatani or hataini, hataini. Okay, so it could be hatani or hataini. هذه عائشة وهذه خديجة. هاتين or هاتان امرأتان. Okay, so just to emphasize for you the al-asma al-ishara, the what I mean is the demonstrative pronouns for the singular masculine and dual masculine and singular feminine hadihi and dual feminine for the demonstrative pronouns. So I think this will be only for today's demonstrative pronouns that I'm going to explain to you. The plural, I think, will be later for the plural. Okay, so for you just to have the time to memorize about the demonstrative pronouns, hada, hadani or hadaini, hadihi, hatani or hataini. So I think that is all clear. Okay, so let us proceed. Okay, so we will check first the lessons, the module that we are following. As you can see, we took already this kind of example. Kitabun plus kum equals kitabukum. You saw that in our example exercises example, right? So we say maktabun plus kum hada maktabukum. So we mentioned that in our exercises. Now, the next, okay. So we have remaining 10 minutes actually. Anyway, we can have another Zoom, inshallah. We will play again. Okay. So now The next actually is for the verb. For the verb in Arabic, we are going to study about the Arabic verb, inshallah. So when we say verb in Arabic, we call it al-fi'lu. Al-fi'lu, that denotes action in relation to past tense, present tense, or future tense. These are the verbs in English. But inshallah, I'm going to introduce to you the verbs in Arabic. Okay, the verbs in Arabic. So we have here actually a few examples, but it is very nothing, like nothing. Okay, so this one just to show to you a kind of verb in Arabic, but when we study the Arabic verbs, it will take a very, very long time to study, because remember, we have past tense. When we talk about the past tense of Arabic, we connect it into the first person past tense, second person past tense, third person past tense. You remember? That's why I want you to memorize the personal pronouns from first person, second person, and third person into Arabic, in Arabic, because we need to connect them always. We need to connect them always. Present tense, first person present tense, second person present tense, and third person present tense. Future tense, for the future tense, it is a bit easier, because for the future tense, like verb in command in particular, possessive verb in particular, so that is only for the second person. Verb in command in Arabic, we don't have first person, we don't have third person, but we only have second person for the future tense or verb in command in Arabic. Okay, so that's why we need to go slowly, inshallah. So we need patience. We need patience for everyone. Okay, so for today, inshallah, I will just introduce to you the view of the verb in Arabic, but I suggest to continue first using the particles on how we connect the particle into the personal pronouns to make it a bit easy for you. Okay, so 1 second. Somebody is okay, sorry for that. Now we have 6 minutes remaining time, and then we are going to open again the Zoom, inshallah. So proceeding to the examples of the verbs. Okay, in English we called past tense. In Arabic we called it al-fi'lul madi. Al-madi, that means past. Past. Al-madi. Al-fi'lul madi, verb in past. Verb in past. So remember, the word al-fi'l, that means the verb. That is al-madi, the past. Okay, previous. Number 2, we have present tense. Present tense, we called it in Arabic al-fi'lul mudari'u. Al-fi'lul mudari'u. Al-fi'lu, the verb, al-mudari', that is present. Al-hadir. Al-hadir, present. Okay. Al-fi'lul mudari'u. Okay. That is the second verb in Arabic. Number 3, future tense. Future tense, we called it in Arabic as al-fi'lul amr. Al-fi'lul amri, or you say al-fi'lul amr. That means future tense. Literally, al-amr in Arabic could be translated into English as command. Command. When you ask something to do, then that is future tense, al-amr. Okay? Al-fi'lul amr, verb in command, in a specific translation for us to understand what is the point of future tense here, because we have some kind of future tense for the first person, second person, third person that is not commanding at all. That is not commanding at all, but you will understand the verb as the action will be done in the future. The action will be done in the future. That is also considered as future tense, but the verb, the construction of the verb in Arabic will be different from the al-fi'lul amr, from the verb verb in command. Okay, so every verb here just given you one example. Given you one example. We are going to explore the verbs in Arabic later on, inshallah, maybe next Saturday, inshallah. Okay, now the example for al-fi'l al-madi, the past tense, is he opened in English. He opened. In Arabic we say huwa fataha. He is huwa. We got that a while ago. He is huwa. Fataha, open. Open. So, like for example, if I will remove huwa, I will say rehan. Like for example, fataha rehan al-bab. Rehan opened the door. Fataha rehan al-bab. So your past tense is fataha. Okay, so I'm telling to you that we need to discuss this in one whole session or many sessions, in particular only for the verbs, because you might be asking so for how I say it for I opened, we opened, you opened, two of you, you opened, three of you. So you will ask like that. So that's why we need to have a special classes for this session for this, inshallah, and we are just going to talk about the verb, inshallah. Come, sir. Welcome.
Just to clarify, I mean, if I say ana fatahum,
See, that is what I'm I mentioned. You might be asking on how I will say I open, right? So yeah. I will say ana fatahtu. Fatahtu. I open. Okay. Ana fatahtul bab. I opened the door. So that's why we need to have a session for the verb that we are going to talk only the verb and nothing else to be discussed, only verb, inshallah. Okay.
Inshallah. Okay.
So now just only one examples will be given to you. So
Sheikh, how do we reply? Say you said huwa fataha, and then we want to reply, I didn't open it. No, I did not open
it. He didn't open it.
I didn't know. Ana ma.
I didn't open it. I didn't open it. How I say it into Arabic. Ana, you have ways on how you say it. Okay, listen very carefully. I will say, I didn't open it. Ana lam aftah. I didn't open. That is one way. Ana lam aftah. That is one way. Second way of saying I didn't open, ana ma fatahtu. Ana ma fatahtu. I didn't open. Okay?
Why is there so much difference in the pronunciation for both?
That is, mashallah, mashallah. So that's why we need to have a special class for this, yeah? So why ma